Hello, this is a short video presentation on solving systems of equations by elimination. Elimination is probably the easiest way to solve equations. Now, when we solve any equation, for instance, 2x plus 3 equals 9, and you don't need to write this down, we subtract 3 to both sides. Why do we subtract 3? Well, the reason we want to move this, get rid of this, but since we're doing the exact same thing, since these numbers are equal, we can subtract it to both sides. We're going to use the same idea when we solve by elimination. So, let's get this out of the way. Let's look at our equations. We have 2x plus 3y equals 1, and we have 3x minus 3y equals 9. Now, since, and I'm going to highlight this, since 3x minus 3y is equal to 9, I can add the 3x minus 3y to this side, the left side, and I can add the 9 to the right side. Just like adding 3 and 3 or subtracting 3 and 3, I can add this to one side, that to the other side, because they're equal. So let's do that. And I'm going to put a line underneath here. Dun, 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 dun. When I add these together, 2x and 3x is 5x. 3y and negative 3y cancel, equals 10. This system is called elimination because when we add the two equations together, we eliminate a variable, which we just did. We eliminated the y's. Now we divide by 5, divide by 5, and we find out that x is equal to 2. Now, just like with substitution, we put this 2 back into one of the equations. It does not matter which equation. I'm just going to pick the first one. 2x plus 3y is equal to 1. I'm going to stick this in for x. So I have 2 times x plus 3y equals 1. And x we know is 2. So then we end up with 4 plus 3y equals 1. Subtract 4, subtract 4. 3y equals negative 3. And lastly we get divide by 3, divide by 3, y equals negative 1. So our solution is the ordered pair 2, negative 1. Now let's see what we did. We took our two equations and we added them together. When we added them together, we see that one of our variables eliminated. Now this works because we have the x's here, the y's here, equals here, and our number here, our constant. Everything lines up. That's never, or almost never, going to be the case. But here's our next example. 6x plus 22 equals negative 4y, and 4x is equal to, 4y, that would have been a disaster, is equal to 9x minus 7. 9x minus 7. Now here nothing lines up. I want to line things up so we have the x terms, the y terms, the equals, and the constant. Doesn't matter how you organize it. I choose to do it this way. You can do it any way you want, but they have to line up, all four things. So, the way we show this is working from left to right. This is the only time I don't ask you to work down. Don't work down. It's extremely confusing if you work down. And these equations are going to get a little more complicated in the next video. All right. And this is the other time that I really don't show work. If I want to move the 4y from this side to that side, I add 4y to both sides. So I have 6x plus 4y. Wow. 6x plus 4y equals, and if I want to move the 22 to that side, I subtract 22. I'm subtracting 22 to both sides, I'm adding 4y. We are not passing. Please don't pass, because then your signs will be all screwed up. Now here, I subtract 9x from both sides. Now it's on the left, plus 4y equals -7. Now, when we do this, we can either add or subtract to eliminate. Notice up here, the signs were opposite. I had a positive and a negative. So if I added, things cancel. Here I have to subtract. Oftentimes, though, students mess up subtracting positives and negatives. My suggestion is to multiply everything here by -1, which makes this a positive, this a negative, and this a positive. It's up to you. All right? I multiplied by -1, and I'll just put a -1 there. Multiplied by -1, which changed the signs. Now I have 15x, these cancel, equals -15. Divide by 15, divide by 15, I get x equals -1. Now your call, which equation? Again, I'm going to use the top one, doesn't matter. 6x plus 4y equals -22. 6 times -1 plus 4y equals -22, or -6 plus 4y equals -22. And then we're almost done. We add 6, 4y equals -16, divide by 4, divide by 4, and y is equal to -4. So x is -1, y is -4. -4. That is the answer. Now, I said work across. We work across until we add the equations together. Once we add the equations together, it doesn't matter. But this works because these coefficients are the same or opposite. In our next video, they're not going to be the same or opposite, which is going to require a couple of more steps. Therefore, when you work sideways, it makes a huge difference. Trust me on this. I'm not lying. No more lies. All right. So what did we do? Elimination. Step 1. Arrange the terms in order. And basically, I always use standard form. You can use any form you want. You can make up your own form. Doesn't matter. 2, if there are two coefficients, the same, I multiplied by -1, All right, I did that so I could add instead of subtract. Then we add the equations. Add equations. My handwriting is terrible today. Add equations to eliminate a variable. A variable, yeah. Eliminate a variable. And then we solve. Just like before. All right. I hope this makes a little bit of sense. Like I said, in our next video, we will not have variables the same. Be they x's or y's, they will not be the same. So stay tuned and have a great day.